everyone, and welcome to the Amazon Prime Video New York Comic Con panel for The Expanse. Hi, I'm so excited to be here with these people. I love them all so much. We spent 7 long years together doing this show, and we are so excited to show you the 6th and final season. So, without further ado, let me introduce Stephen Strait.
Hello.
Hi. We have Wes Chatham.
Hello.
We have Shohreh Aghdashloo, Queen of the Universe. We have Nadine Nicole. We have Kara G. We have our fabulous showrunner and exec producer, Naren Shankar. We have Ty Frank, co-author and executive producer. And also Daniel Abraham, co-author and exec producer. Guys, how are you all doing? I haven't seen you all in so long. Say that again, sorry.
I miss you guys.
I miss you so much.
The best TV series of all times, honestly.
Where are you all in the world?
I'm in LA.
LA, or a bunch of you in LA?
I'm back in LA now, yes.
I'm in LA for the moment, but I'll be back home in New York pretty soon.
Oh.
Excellent. So it's nice to all be here virtually. I just absolutely love seeing you all. But we are here to talk about season 6. I'm so excited for everyone to see it. And how do you feel? How do you feel about it? It's our final season.
I can't wait to watch it.
Surreal. It's surreal.
Isn't it crazy that we've come to the end of this journey?
Yeah.
It hasn't really set in yet because we're doing press for season 6. We're constantly talking and seeing each other, but when season 6 comes out, that's when it's going to hit probably.
No, it's the end. Well, it's not the end yet because y'all haven't seen it yet.
Yes.
Here's what we've done for you. We've put together a little recap refresher of the first 5 seasons for those of you who need it, which you shouldn't really, but we understand that it's been a little while. So we're going to show that to you right now.
I'm Chrisjen Avasarala, UN Deputy Undersecretary. My fellow citizens, we have arrived at the dawn of a new era. We will face the unknown together.
It's all got to do with her. Picked up a mayday. Looks like a live freighter. Calls itself the Scopulon.
We're obligated to check it out.
It's some kind of trap.
Canterbury burnt like hell. You got incoming.
You are prisoners of the Mars Congressional Republic.
Whoever's responsible for this is trying to blame Mars for everything.
I want you to get Mr. Holden off of this ship and safely back to MCRN command.
I'm working on a story about the proto-molecule. It was on Phoebe until the Martians vaporized it. Then it was on Eros and ran wild until you and your friend Miller and Julie Mal burned it up in Venus. Now a big ring-shaped hunk of it, which you switched on, is ushering humanity out into the cosmos.
We belters toil and suffer. Earth and Mars built their solar system on our backs. One day Mars will use its might to wrest control of Earth, and Earth will go to war to take it back.
There's a shadow government working within the UN. I need to know who is doing this.
I can't hear you!
We trained all our lives for this. The sooner we have it out with Earth, the better.
There's something rotten on Mars. Assuming your offer to work together is still open, I accept.
The dream of Mars is dying! I am requesting political asylum on Earth.
Proto-molecule has changed everything. Earth has it. Mars has it.
Tell me, what did you do?
Earthers have a home. This time, Belters had one too.
The ring gates and the ring world belong to the belt. To Belters.
They're calling the planet Ilus.
And if it is another Eros?
Evacuate the Belters and get the hell out of there.
This planet is not what you think it is.
I heard you were in another world. How was it?
Giant alien machines came out of the ground and exploded.
This place is our only hope. We're not giving it up.
Marco Inaros is looking to make a name for himself.
Marco's gonna accomplish what Anderson does and Fred Johnson could not.
Nothing you do now will stop what's coming.
I used to run with the OPA. I had a child with Marco Inaros. Philip.
My son. Citizens of the belt. This day is ours. Rise up now.
You have committed the entire belt to war with the Inners.
Inaros has ships. He has the proto-molecule. If we go toe-to-toe with him, we could lose.
With this attack,
The Inners will never perceive us as weak again!
Wow.
That's a really good show. I don't know about you guys, but
Hi, you made the trailer. I saw you.
That was the last 7 years. That just like flashed before us.
Wow.
Yeah.
it does. Oh,
I'm
it's
so
great.
proud of us. Oh my God. We did that. That was amazing.
That was good.
Those two visionary men sitting there, Daniel and Ty, and of course, Noreen. Thank you so much for this series. Thank you so much. It means so much to us and to the viewers. And they're discovering it now, little by little. Oof.
Wow, that was
Absolutely true. And on that note, let's kick off the panel. We are going to start with Ty, Daniel, and Noreen. So, guys, there is so much to talk about with season 6. How are you guys feeling about wrapping this? I don't even know how we explain it, this journey up. And this being our final season, do you feel like we got the season that we wanted to wrap it up? Are you happy with it? How are you feeling?
Tiny.
I feel like we're still in the process of wrapping it up. Daniel and Doreen and I are still busy at work finishing up the last little bits so that it looks fantastic when it comes out.
So you're still in the midst of it, but like, how do you feel? I know this, especially for you, Ty and Daniel, like this has been a journey of epic proportions, and you have the 9th book coming out shortly, right? So it's really wrapping up for you guys in quite a number of ways.
Yeah, it's been a long project, and it's really gratifying that it turned out well. I mean, it was not something where we started off the project thinking, let's write a huge 9-book series and make a TV show. We were much more calm than that when we started it, and it just kept rolling. And now here we are. It's amazing.
It chokes me up. It chokes me up when I see the end of it. And I think the best, maybe the best way to describe it is even when we were looking at, like a visual effects review of episode 6, the people who had been working on it, they were cheering. They were like, yeah! It's like we were hitting the right notes, even amongst the people who work on the show. And I think that tells you something, about where we're going. And it is, I get a little misty-eyed when we get to the end, and I've probably seen the last episode like 150 times. So
I mean, there's so much love in this show. Like, we have, as a cast and crew, so enjoyed making it. How do you feel like this season is different from other ones? Do you think it's different? Do you think it's, we've got 6 episodes for this season, which is a little different to what we've had before. Do you feel like we've kind of, I don't know, put book 6 into these episodes in a way that does it justice? I mean, just from what you said about that reaction is exciting, but like, what are you most excited about? Do you think it's different?
6 episodes to do this much material is difficult. And I think, when you look at it, in previous seasons, even season 1 was 10 episodes and we did 13 and we're back. But what it does give you is intensity. Every episode feels as intense as it could possibly be. The compression is there. You never feel like you're letting your foot off the gas pedal. So when the time you get to the end, it's just, it's cathartic, you just get to the end of it. And it's, in some ways it lends itself to it. And it's a positive.
Yeah. Even on the writing side, that was true from the beginning, that we had to write every script so that there was no fat in it. There was no extra. We just had to tell the story we were there to tell. And like Noreen said, just stand on the gas pedal the whole way.
And yeah, at the same time, I don't feel like we lost anything. I mean, I don't feel like there were parts of book 6 that we actually covered in season 5, and there were changes that were made that took bits out of the novel version of book 6. So I don't feel like we lost anything.
And am I right in saying that episode 6, the finale, which I guess we shot 1 and 6 together because Brett Eisner directed them both, and because of the pandemic, he couldn't come back. So we shot 1 and 6 together, and 6 is a little longer, right?
Almost 65 minutes long. So it's really a supersized episode. It's like 1.5 episodes worth of the show. And that's how we designed it. We always knew we wanted to end big, and there's a lot that happens in that episode. And so by shooting it early, it gave us a chance to actually finish all the visual effects.
That's really exciting. Well, I'm thinking that maybe we should just give everyone a sneak peek of season 6. What do you guys say?
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. I don't think we should do that.
Oh, come on, Narain. We need your blessing.
Got it. Let's do it.
Okay, let's go.
Everyone brace!
We're broken, trying desperately to keep ourselves going by pretending we're not. We must remember the lives we've lost, the pain we've suffered. Because with every new attack, Inaros' power grows.
You and I were meant to be out here, in the darkness, in the fight. Fire! That's who we are born to be.
My gosh!
It's gonna happen.
So exciting. So, guys, as you can see, the series will be dropping on December 10th. What a date. That's really exciting. And also, we want you guys to know that, like, we listen to y'all sometimes when y'all are moaning on social media. And we are going to drop this season weekly. So 1 episode will drop every week, starting on Friday, December the 10th, and every Friday after that for 6 episodes. We're very excited. You know, it's your way to start your weekend, right? You're welcome. So that's how it's rolling out. So let's carry on with the panel. Now I'm going to turn to my castmates. Hi guys.
Hey.
So I thought we'd start, Stephen, Wes and Nadine, talking a little bit about this kind of new version of the Rocinante crew and where we start at the beginning of season 6. We've lost a member, we've lost Alex, and I know Naomi is very angry about it. She's angry about her part in it, and angry that Nadine, you know, has now been brought into the crew by Amos. She's fuming. So Stephen, let's start with you. Like, where are the Roci crew at? What are we doing in this universe? Like, how are we feeling?
Yeah, it's, to put it lightly, we're still adjusting to the new crew and the new reality. You know, morale's really low when we start season 6, and you know, the war has dragged on, and I think there's a sense that we really haven't gotten anywhere. We haven't broken through in a way that our efforts feel like they've meant something. significant, and it's really wearing on Holden. It's wearing on the rest of the crew, and underlying all of that is obviously Alex is gone now, and Clarissa is with us, who has attempted to kill us all at
some point
at a different point in the series. So there's a lot going on, and I think for Holden, he's trying to hold it together.
Holden's trying to hold it together.
That's right. But he's he's doing his best to keep the crew cohesive and focused on this mission that kind of and that kind of at this point feels a little hopeless. It's like it's getting to that place where it's hard to stay committed to what they're doing for everybody. So that's where he's at in the beginning.
And I feel like we're all in quite a state of questioning our part in it. I know for Naomi, we're pretty much flying around killing belters left, right, and center. And for her, it's really eating away at her kind of morals. Again, this thing of like what side she's on. And Wes, let's talk a little bit about Amos. And I know he's really like not sure what his part is in this. We kind of get to address him and Naomi's relationship again, which kind of got left at the wayside a little bit. We get to go back into it and kind of where they're at each other. So can you tell us a little bit about where Amos is at?
Yeah, it's funny. I was listening to Stephen talk right now, and I think about the amount of pressure that's been on Holden's shoulders since the very beginning, and seeing the whole beginning, middle, and end of the humanity and the universe and all crammed in his head. And I wonder what life's going to be like when he's an old man. I'm pretty sure it's going to be in a padded room. But Amos has always seeked out these mentor, Naomi and Holden and people that he's believed in, and kind of leaned on them to make moral choices and give him kind of a guidance in life. But he has now grown to the point where he now realizes that he has become that for Nadine, for Peaches. And so now that he has somebody that is looking to him, and he's kind of guiding her and leading her in a way, he's starting to think clearly about what their mission is and why they're involved in certain things. And I think he still believes in Holden with all of his heart, but I think he's starting to question what is motivating him, and why are we involved in these massive big movements of history, when the reality is I just want to take me and my crew and go somewhere and wait this whole thing out. And who cares if everybody kills himself? Why are we involved in this big, massive thing? And so I think there's a little bit of tension where he's starting to make his own choices and make his own decisions, and not questioning the leadership of Holden, but like wanting to understand deeper, why are we involved in these massive things? And I think with him and Naomi, there's a whole history of their relationship, and the betrayal with the protomolecule and the feeling lied to. And now Amos is bringing this other person on that he has that kind of special connection and relationship. And Naomi's there, and she's wondering, is he trying to replace Alex, or what is the thing? So there's definitely that tension starting out between Naomi and Amos, and what is their relationship going forward, and who is this new person in the equation, and how is that affecting everything overall?
Yeah, and it was quite different for us as well. Like it was so juicy to play these scenes where like Amos and Naomi are just like not okay with each other, and just the whole vibe on the ship being very like topsy-turvy. I mean, especially for Naomi, she pretty much has severe PTSD from where she's kind of been left in season 5. She's devastated about not being able to save Philip. She's devastated about her role in killing Alex, in killing Sin. So I think she's also kind of just lashing out at everyone in her close proximity, which is the people that she loves. But that's kind of what you do in life when you're devastated. So then we bring Peaches into the mix, Nadine. And can you talk a little bit about joining the Rosie crew and the kind of vibe and circumstances under which you join them, And kind of, I feel like for her, even though all the Rosie crew is kind of down and out, there's kind of like a bit of a positive light for her about her situation and her place on the ship. So can you talk a little bit about that and your character's kind of journey to this point, and also how she's feeling about the kind of the whole thing that's happened, and Alex and the way Naomi's treating her?
Of course. What I love about that epic trailer that we just saw was the entire journey of this universe. And I guess what I love about the show so much is that, you know, it's so relevant to what's going on environmentally and sociopolitically. And I think Clarissa gets a bit of that. Like, she understands what's going on with the UN and the Free Navy and wants to be of service. But I think also her focal point is that tribalism that's happening, where everyone's separating and going into their little things. And like, Amos is that for her. And that's basically all she has. So showing up on this ship where she tried to take revenge and kill all of these people, and she's now just kind of keeping her head down, trying to be of use, like not bring up any drama. I know that there's a lot of tension, but I think she's just trying to prove her worth and her good intentions to try and make things like a little better. And Amos, like, I think she knows that he's questioning our intentions and our entire, like, you know, piece of the chessboard. And but I think she's just trying to be there for each and every one of them, and like just kind of can feel where each of them is at. And I think especially with Naomi, it gets a little intense.
Yeah, Naomi has
drama.
Time. But again, I think it's this playing out of grief. She has nothing or no one to direct it at, and so everybody on the ship kind of gets a slice of it at one point or another. And it's just her way of dealing with what she's gone through. Not that it's necessarily right, but I think just the whole thing is just taking such a toll on her. Speaking of taking tolls, let's go to Avasarala. Shohreh, I mean, what the fuck? Literally, I mean, Avasarala is dealing with, you know, we never have shows or films where Earth gets obliterated, and that is literally what has happened, from the amount of people that have died to even the rocks that have missed have like caused such damage to Earth, to the ecosystem, to the people, to the balance of political power. And Avasarala has it all on her shoulders. How's she doing?
Well, she's doing fine as usual, but on the surface, I don't know what's going on inside, but on the surface, she's doing great. She is once again leading the UN, trying to recruit as many friends and enemies as possible through reasoning with them and letting them know that not until we all get together and fight shoulder to shoulder against the enemies of the earth, we cannot get rid of this Marco's rock attacks. So we need to get together. And it's amazing how she has now become one with her mission. At the beginning, episode 1, 2, 3, she was sort of looking at everything from outside. Now she's a member of the inside. She's lost her family, the members of her family. She's lost her husband. She's lost friends to these nonsense wars. So she tries to do her best to prevent another one, if there is going to be another war, or another attack, or another rock that is coming to, that is pointing Earth. And it's very interesting. Last night I was thinking about the Expanse and the series, and how it tries to bring awareness to us, like how in today's world we say, let's think about climate change, let's think about tribalism, let's think about polluting our oceans, let's do something for it, let's make the world a better place to live in. For Avasarala is, let's make the universe a better place for all of us to live in. And after that, I started watching television, and I watched a classic film, East of Eden, which more or less was talking or the team was the same problem. The war was about to happen. Some were going to even make profit on the war. Some were lives would perish. But I'm thinking, would there be a day that the wars will only be, sort of like in the games, like when we play backgammon or chess, where we don't have to go to wars on foot and kill one another or throw rocks at each other. But this is the most sophisticated, the Expanse, form of that I have ever been close to or touched or watched.
And that's what's great about it is it just always is a very daunting but kind of accurate depiction of the future. Unfortunately, let's hope everyone takes it as a warning. Can you also talk a little bit about your relationship with Bobby, because you guys get to kind of reunite in this series, and how was that?
Avasarala loves Bobby.
Yeah.
What she sees in Bobby reminds her of her own self when she was almost more or less the same age, or maybe even younger. Avasarala can see the qualities in Bobby that others can't. And they get together again, but obviously Bobby is not a diplomat. Avasarala is.
Yes.
She's really
Bobby shoots guns.
And their know-how, of course. And I just love working with this young, amazing actress, Frankie. She's doing such a great job. And every time I remind her of her age, she goes, "Stop it! I'm not that young, you know." I'm enjoying this.
She's like, Shohreh always tells everyone that I'm young. But she is incredible in this season. She can't be with us because she's shooting something at the moment in Australia, but she sends her love. So Kara G, I want to talk. Hi, sorry to leave you to last, but I want to talk a little bit about Drummer's journey, because she also pretty much has the weight of the belt, the universe on her back. She is floating around with her family and has all these kind of things to contend with. Can you tell us a little bit about where she's at the beginning of season 6 and how she's dealing with things?
Well, she's floating around. She's floating around with what's left of her family, of course. She's made some hard decisions in season 5 that have obviously divided her family. Some of them have left, for very understandable reasons, I think. There's that, I mean, she has nowhere to turn. She is completely backed into a corner, which, I mean, for it being the whole goddamn universe, it's quite a feat to have literally nowhere to go. So I think, she's, in season 5, we see her, having to deal with the fallout of Marco's decisions. But I think, the belt wasn't such a hot place to be even before Marco threw those rocks at Earth. So there's, that question of how on Earth, how in the universe do you move forward? What is in store for her people, and it feels pretty hopeless, I think, at the beginning of this season for her.
Yeah. And I think as well, in a different way, Drummer always goes for a similar thing to what Naomi does with like, whose side are you on? Like, where do you lie politically? And do you think that, like, with what's happened to her, that her politics has shifted, or do you think she is still kind of very much on the same track she was? Can you tell us a little bit about that?
I think that she sees that what Marco has done has cost us all so dearly. So she can't get on side with what he's doing. But there's nowhere else to go. Mm-hmm. So she has these core values and know to put them. I think there's no faction that represents what she believes in right now.
Yeah. She's quite isolated in this season, isn't she?
Yeah. Well, one of the things I've always loved about the books and the stories and the way we're telling them is that, no side is monolithic, right? Is like Drummer doesn't like Earth, but she doesn't like Marco either. It's like she supports independence for the belt, but that doesn't mean she supports, raining rocks down on Earth and killing millions of people. And it's a really important way to talk about any kinds of conflicts, because people are on all sides of the issue all the time. You can sympathize with somebody, not their methods. You're not supporting violence, but you support independence. It's like, and that makes it interesting and complex, because here's a belter who's stuck in the middle, not a friend of Earth, not a friend of Marco, and trapped by the circumstances. It's a really interesting way to talk about and dimensionalize the whole issue.
Yeah, and I think that as well, when we look at the people in this series that rise to power, whether that's Avasarala or someone like Marco who claims it, there is this sort of violent colonialism, right? There's that I'm going to take and I'm going to make this what I want it to be, as opposed to truly valuing the humanity of every single person in each of the factions all across the universe, and I think that's really interesting that's I think it's an interesting examination of power, right? The nature of power.
And one of the things I've loved about watching that season 1 through 5 recap was look at the evolution of every single character. I mean, look at where they started. Look at where they are now. Look at what they've gone through. Avasarala was this hawkish torturer at the beginning of her arc. Look who she is now. Holden was hiding out, didn't want a serious job. Amos, Naomi, Clarissa, Drummer, everybody had a really interesting, different place. And it makes it feel real. These things that they have gone through have changed them and opened their eyes and made them appreciate things in different ways. And it's rare, I think, when shows do that, like this.
And also let's talk about the proto-molecule, because that's on the journey. Just to kind of finish off the panel, we see this kind of structure in the sky at the end of season 5. We've incorporated a novel into this season, right? So the Strange Dogs novel. So what's happening with the proto-molecule? Can you guys, Narain, Ty, Daniel, tell us a little bit about its journey at the moment and what we see of it in season 6?
Ty, Daniel, you guys take it.
Go ahead.
Masters of the proto-molecule.
Ty looks like the red version of the proto-molecule right now.
Yeah. I'm burning in hell from my many sins. So we're incorporating the novella Strange Dogs into the season. So there's more going on with the proto-molecule relating to Laconia, the planet that the breakaway Martians have snuck off to, and a lot of hijinks happen over there that you'll get a little glimpse into. Shows what the future of the solar system and the galaxy is going to look like after the events of the season.
Yeah, and the story of the proto-molecule will figures into the later books that we're not doing this season, but the story of what they are, what it has been, and how humans keep encountering it and trying to make it into what they want and running into its agenda. Ty always talks about the proto-molecule being the rock against which people break themselves. Yeah, it's still that.
Yeah. Well, I think we have come to the end of our panel.
Can I make one little quick plug in here though? Because I think we didn't talk about them. One thing new that we're doing this year, we're doing X-rays.
Oh yeah,
those segments, and they're coming up at the end of every episode, and they were really fun to do and really interesting, and they illuminate the narrative in a really fascinating way. They're short segments, like about 5 minutes to 6 minutes long. I think the fans are really, really going to like them.
Yes, and they will be coming in between each episode, right?
That's right. Yeah.
So something a little added extra there for you to enjoy for this final season. I think we're all really excited about the X-rays. They're really cool.
And one of them was written by this up and coming young, I wouldn't say talented writer. Wes.
Mr. Wes Wes Chatham. Is that you? Our very own wrote one, so that's another exciting thing to look forward to. But they are really cool. I'm not sure how they're going to be dropping, but you will see them. So yeah, we've come to the end of our panel, guys. We hope you enjoyed it. We wish we could have been there with you in New York, but at least we got to do this virtual version. And we're very excited for you to see season 6. And so we'll see you on December 10th on Amazon Prime Video. Until then, thank you so much. And bye from all of us. Bye.